once gave 6 men head in one room. Me and my math teacher used to.
I've had sex in the confession room.
I've jumped out of a moving car.
Gotten so drunk that I ran on the highway.
I've helped somebody hide a dead body.
Seriously? This is a crazy bunch of humans in one house. Like, I hope Biggie's house does not come down very soon with this kind of personalities. They are so loud. You guys, what's the story? Oh my goodness, if there is any word to describe the Big Brother Mzansi housemates, it will definitely be crazy. If there is one word to describe the Big Brother Mzansi housemates, it would definitely be crazy. Like, these guys are a crazy bunch of humans. Like, their personalities are so loud, like, But on the other hand, I mean, they've been entertaining us with their stories. And, you know, this game they actually played was like an eye-opener to their personalities for us to, you know, oh, this is who this person is and this is what that person has been through. And really, from this sharing, we could tell people like, where Michelle is coming from. We could tell like where QV is coming from. I mean, imagine QV sharing about the fact that she had been stabbed once by an ex. She had been stabbed. And this is the same lady that's been raped before. So I can imagine the trauma. But I would not even lie. The craziest humans I've noticed in this Big Brother house, I will not even lie. I'm going to mention them in the order of craziness. Dinky Blaze is definitely number one. The other crazy person is Terry. Like, Terry, girlfriend. Are you serious? 3 brothers? Hey! You guys are crazy. I mean, and then I was not expecting Norma to throw me off balance. Norman, completely, I was not expecting that confession. Like, this confession is so loud. And basically what I've been able to do out of this confession is just to see the identity and see who they really are. I don't know, but, you know, so many of these housemates are already having they're having fans. They're becoming fans' favorites to a lot of people out there. So I just decided to do something in this video. But the truth is, I've been so impressed with their personalities. I've been so impressed with their personalities. And guys, today is the very first day they're going to be going into performing either a play, a song, like a drama, you know, that kind of thing, a poem, you know, for their very first wager task. And I am really waiting and hoping and wishing this housemate to come out winning this wager for the week. Like, this is the first week in the Big Brother house, and we've seen a lot of things so far. Yes, bonding has been there, a little fight. It's nothing big, nothing loud so far, but their personalities have all been strong. And, you know, I've just been sitting back, like, listening over and over to this stories, crazy stories they've been through. And in my head, I'm like, you guys, you just need to give us a perfect show. If they don't win that Big Brother's wager task, it will be like, no, you guys, you don't even know why you're here. I mean, 2 million rands is in store. These guys literally have to blow us away. I mean, if they have this kind of intelligent, beautiful, crazy story, of course we're expecting something very creative from their wager task. And of course, if they don't win, it means they really don't know why they're in the Big Brother's house. Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tuliche. And one of the things that I'm going to be saying in this channel is, you're welcome. If you're a new subscriber, I really appreciate you. If you've just been subscribing to the channel, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. If you're seeing me for the very first time, thank you so much for hopping in. In here, we talk about reality shows. Big Brother is a big topic right now. And of course, we're going to be taking our time to talk about these things. But do not forget, do not hesitate to click on the subscribe button right now to be a part of this community. And of course, turn on post notifications so you always get alerts for my video every time I share new content. Guys, before I go into the gist behind this video, I'm just going to use one word to describe all of this 18. Okay, we have 17, but I'm still going to define them. I mean, currently we all know that the very first person, one person has left the Big Brother Mzansi house, and that is QV. She has stated mental health crisis, to be the reason why she is voluntarily leaving the show. So currently there are 17 housemates, and they're going to be performing their very first task. But before they do that, guys, this is the first impression I have of this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the first impression I have of this housemates and the real impression of what their personality is telling us about. Now, when I look at somebody like, I'm going to start with the ladies. Like, the ladies have been very loud. When we look at Nali, we can just say, oh my god, she's classy. She's a classy chick. Like, there's no disputing the fact that she's really classy and cheeky. And when we look at somebody like Acacia, guys, I would say she's just a cool-headed babe. Like, if there's any word for decent person, decent lady, I think Acacia is very decent. You know, I mean, I feel she's a very decent person, and maybe that's why she actually says stuff like when her exes see her, they would be like, I want her back. I think she's just that level-headed person, if you ask me. The next person I'm going to be talking about is Michelle. Michelle is the hypnotizer in that house. Like, if we're looking for the content queen in Big Brother Mzansi, Michelle is that woman that has us covered. You know, she made some very shocking revelations, but I'm not going to talk about them. She says she's scared of red, and I'm like, really? But and this is spiritual. In fact, I'm going to dedicate a particular video for Michelle. Let me just leave her out of the way. When we look at Yoli, I was shocked from what Yoli said. Like, when Yoli was sharing, I think maybe at some point I was feeling like, maybe, are you sure this is not this oversharing? I think it's oversharing that triggered QV's I don't know, but I feel oversharing, because when I heard the things that Yoli said, I was like, are you kidding me? Yolanda, have you done these things? And at that same time, I'm like, oh my god, are you sure? Like, there are some secrets that sometimes I think, I don't know, but I was in shock when Yuli said the things that she said. Like, I'm not going to say it with my mouth. You probably might want to rewind or rewatch my intro video to get it. I'm not going to say it with my mouth, because I was like, are you sure this is not the part of oversharing? Are you sure this is not the part of vulnerability that QV is talking about? Anyways, you guys, other persons that shocked the living daylight out of me. I'm sorry I'm not taking it in the order I said I would take it. I wanted to take it the females first and then the ladies, the guys. I can't remember the last person I stopped on, but we're going on. I will not even be surprised when when BU said that the highest thing he has done in his life, the worst thing he has done in his life, was drinking so much and then walking on the expressway. I mean, I can imagine being so drunk you don't even know, and you're walking in the middle of the expressway. I was like, no, this is crazy. And then, you know, Kiwi also explained that she had been so high too, and then she had jumped down from a 2-story building. I'm like, no, there's crazy stuff happening. So when I look at QV's story, one word that describes QV is a lady who is trying to find normalcy. Like, I just look at her like she's just trying to find her normal. And basically that's just what I'm going to use to describe her. That's the impression she gives me. That's the real impression I have when I see her. Guys, I don't know, but from all the reviews you've been watching, from watching the reality show yourself, if you're watching it, what one word can you use to describe any of this housemates? Like, I'd really like to know what your thoughts are. Throw it in the comment section if you have any to share. The other person that shocked the living daylight out of me was, okay, I was not shocked. Themba disclosed that he has a tattoo in his backside, he has a piercing in the front side, and he said that he has 2 kids. I'm like, okay, he looks normal. So he's just a bad guy. That's the word I have for Themba. There's no other word to use to describe Themba, but just bad guy. When I look at somebody like Mvelo is just a home guy. He's just a home cool guy. He's just a guy who would just cool with him being at home, just being a cheerful body. That's just what I see of him. That's the real impression I have of him. Then when I look at someone like Tools, with all the talking about, except Tools is a smooth operator. Right now he's just acting all cool, level-headed. Maybe he's not showing us his real self yet, but he's just acting too cool so far. Like, I'm looking at him like, guy, what's up? I thought you were full of some craziness, because Tools was the same person who threatened that he's coming into the house for not just the money, but for the baby mama and the baby. So by now, I was thinking like he would have started shooting shot on Nale, he would have gone far, he would have done a lot of things, but I'm really not saying it from Tools. I'm not going to lie. So Tools is just that, I think, let's just say he's a smooth operator. He's doing very well, especially as a first HOH in the Big Brother house first week. When we look at somebody like Zeno, we know Zeno is kind of troubled. Like, I see a troubled person that also needs like some kind of help. That's just what I see when I see Zeno. Yeah, and Zeno is unpredictable. That is one word I'm going to use to describe Zeno. He is super unpredictable. Guys, Tato, I think she's the most mischievous lady in that place. I know, like, there's nothing crazy she has shared, but I just have this thing at the back of my head that she's very mischievous. She's very mischievous. As in, maybe she could be even more mischievous than what Michelle has been showing us. Because Michelle, no. Especially when she pranks the housemates with that stuff. I'm going to talk about later. But Tato, I just look at Tato like, I think she's crazy somewhere. She's like that stubborn babe somewhere. We're going to see more about that. When I look at, what's this guy's name called again? Yes, when I look at Gashwan, I'm like, Gashwan, I don't understand. Buying flowers, is that not a normal thing? Like, there was nothing. I think he's just the coolest guy there. I don't think he has so much adventure. I think he's just an easygoing person. That's the personality. Like, and I think that's why people are so cool with him. He's just this cool guy you can roll with at any time. So basically, that's what I see when I see Gashwan. From what Libo explained about like dating or sleeping with a 54 or 52-year-old woman, Libo is a player. In fact, I would not even advise Nali to take him seriously. Maybe he might be serious, but for me, from the things that I heard him confess about, I think Libo is a player. He's a playboy. If you think differently, let me know. These are my thoughts. I'm just sharing it the way it is. Who else haven't I shared about? Venus. Venus is not as crazy as she made me believe she is. Like, and I'm so angry. I'm like, babe, I thought you were crazy. Like, Venus is not crazy. She's just a normal babe. She's just a normal babe. I think she is just a normal babe. Let me not even talk about Terry. I think I've spoken about it. Terry is the craziest. Yes, Terry is the craziest. Dinky Bliss is the naughtiest of them all. She is the naughtiest of them all, if there's any word like naughtiest. Who else? Bello. When we look at Sister Mara, I think he is the most overjudged person in that house. So there was nothing crazy he really said out of the ordinary. I mean, I actually feel like he's trying to express himself too much. I don't know, but I just feel like he's being overjudged. He's a very cool person. He's very easygoing. I mean, when we look at Sister Mara, seriously, he is a very easygoing person. There's not too much drama around him, and I think I'm cool with him. The next person, yes, guys. Okay, I talked about them already. Who else? I think that's all of my Gashwan, BU, and Velo. I talked about Tools, Yodi, Michelle. I think I've talked about every single person. Yeah. Then, guys, the big question is if these guys have crazy stories. I mean, I'm not seeing creativity out of them, especially when I'm looking at this tax that they're about to represent at. I'm like, because I just quickly caught a glimpse of what they were doing, how they were preparing for the task, and seriously, that play doesn't look good in my eyes. I just feel like they are just going to waste all these their stories if they are not creative around it. So for me, I think I'm seeing more crazy guys in the house than more creative housemates. I mean, I think they're just carried away with just entertaining us, and they're not paying attention to the task at hand. 2 million rand is involved. And like I would always say, it's only the people with a strategy, the only guys who came prepared will be the guys who will take this money home. Guys, I don't know if it's okay to say, can you make your predictions right now? Like, who do you think is likely to win the Big Brother Mzansi show 2022? Who do you think out of the 17 housemates we have now? Let's forget about evictions now. Evictions is till next week. This week is free. Who do you think is going to take in home the money? Make your predictions now, and you never know, I might just have something to give to anybody who predicts it. Okay, let me not make any empty promises. We're not going to give you anything. We're just going to clap for you for predicting correctly, but I'm just going to do some highlights on some personalities, and then I'm going to make my predictions. But anyways, I'm just looking forward to seeing a very great show from this housemate. this is basically it. Wishing them all the best in their very first wager task, and hopefully I might come back here to tell you if they won or they lost. Guys, this will be it. See you all in the next video. For now, ciao ciao.